Yeah, so even after comments and accusations like that, I'm the asshole, okay. Alright, whatever. Despite the fact that everything you just heard was a lie from that comment, the death threat is still a bit extreme. But let's move on, shall we? Paul seems to have such a boner for me that he sends people after me time and time again. And oddly enough, they pretend they're all justified in their actions because Paul said so. It's not a matter of them personally having anything against me, it's a matter of someone that they like or follow having something against me. They can't think for themselves, so they come after me because they're too stupid to make their own decisions. And if they do think for themselves and still come after me, despite the fact I've done nothing to them personally, it's kind of idiotic. Hold on a minute. Paul more or less is lying and manipulating to his whole fan base, telling them to go after anyone who he dislikes. Why? Because he needs the drama to survive. He's such a parasite that he refuses to accept the fact that he's almost 30 years old. He needs to get up and move on and find an actual means of having a life. Because right now, I don't think he has a life. I mean, all the time it takes to send people after someone, to organize sock accounts, to send sock accounts, to organize people's information, to send sock accounts after them. All that work and all that combined effort seems as though there is nothing else he can focus on except trying to get me offline. Why, you may ask? Because I said a few hurtful things he didn't like. And I hate that I'm repeating myself, but he's a man child, and he throws a fit every time someone says something that he doesn't like. Now, the following are going to be two screenshots from an interaction that Subheather, otherwise known as Heather, I'm not going to mention her last name because it's a violation of her privacy. Her last name is censored along with a few other things that are in these messages for my privacy as well as for the privacy of my family. Being as though, just look at these screenshots and tell me in the comments below if someone is justified to threaten and extort someone. Okay, now if you actually have a functioning frontal lobe, I would hope that you realize that that is coercion and extortion. Those messages were sent to one of my relatives as well as my own mother. They contacted my relatives via Facebook because they're too stupid to just accept the fact that I have an opinion. So they throw a fit, threaten to get me fired, and then they say, well, we're justified in our actions. We're not doing anything illegal at all. You know very well you're committing a crime. Heather, if you watch this, those messages you sent, those could be classified as stalking and harassment, which are actual crimes. Misdemeanors, nevertheless, but the extortion thing, where you threaten to get someone fired unless they be silent, that's actually a felony, because you're trying to use coercion and or bribery or threatening people with their privacy to shut them up. And I have to thank you for giving me those, for actually giving me that, because I actually have something to put against you if you try it again. I mean, you may have your copy of the messages deleted, but I have the screenshots saved onto my computer, as well as a hard drive, as well as my tablet, and my aunt and mother also have them, as well as other relatives who you threatened. So go ahead, try some more. I would love to see you fail some more. Get up so I can knock you back down. And about your little Greenland, about Greenland and the little fake profile you tried to put up? You failed so miserably that me and my uncle basically took turns bashing that profile around until that person rage quitted and blocked us both. The person failed miserably, so whoever made that profile, good job, fucko. You failed miserably. And me and my uncle took turns kicking the shit out of that profile because it was so funny to be someone to be so damn stupid. Okay, Rant Ant, this is just a little bit of what happened. I'm going to give you more information as we continue the collaboration on a later date. I hope this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. This video is done. And before I leave, Paul, if you're watching this, or if any of your supporters are watching this, fuck you. You're not gonna censor me, you're not gonna shut me up. And there's a difference between censorship and blocking a bunch of assholes. If you ever try to contact me again, Paul, I will make sure that the police do get involved. Because what you're doing is called stalking.